What if I told you The Simpsons has predicted the future again and again? From Donald Trump becoming president to Disney buying Fox. This cartoon isn't just funny, it's eerily prophetic. Here are 10 times The Simpsons got it right. The smartwatch and FaceTime, 1995, Lisa's wedding. Let's rewind to 1995, when technology was still clunky, dial-up internet screeched in our homes, and cell phones looked like bricks. In the Season 6 episode, Lisa's Wedding, Lisa visits a fortune teller who shows her a vision of her adult life. In that future, Lisa is engaged to a charming British man named Hugh. Now here's where things get interesting. In one scene, Hugh casually lifts his wrist, speaks into his watch, and issues a command as if it's completely normal. At the time, this was played for laughs. A silly, futuristic gag. A watch that talks back? Who would ever believe that? But flash forward to today, and we have Apple Watches, Samsung Galaxy Watches, and Fitbits that not only tell time, but also let us send texts, take calls, and even monitor our heartbeat. Talking into your wrist isn't sci-fi anymore. It's a morning routine, and the eeriness doesn't stop there. The same flash forward also showed video calling, basically FaceTime, long before Skype or Zoom became household names. Think about how futuristic that must have felt in the 90s. Yet today, people casually video chat from their pockets every single day. What makes this prediction so wild is its specificity. It's not just a vague guess like, we'll have new gadgets someday. The Simpsons nailed the concept of smart wearable tech almost 2 decades before it hit store shelves. It's moments like this that make fans wonder, did The Simpsons predict the future or inspire it? NSA Mass Surveillance, 2007, The Simpsons movie. When The Simpsons movie hit theaters in 2007, fans laughed at the outrageous gags. One scene showed Homer being overheard by a massive government surveillance program, with the NSA secretly monitoring everyone's conversations. It was funny because it seemed absurd. After all, why would the U.S. government bother eavesdropping on ordinary people? Well, then came 2013. That's when Edward Snowden blew the whistle, releasing documents proving that the NSA had in fact been running extensive surveillance programs, collecting phone calls, emails, and private data from millions of unsuspecting citizens. Suddenly, the Simpsons joke didn't feel so funny anymore. The movie scene, which once got chuckles in the theater, transformed into a chilling reminder that The Simpsons had once again nailed a real-world event years before it happened. V.I. Corruption and World Cup Outcome, 2014. You don't have to live like a referee. In 2014, The Simpsons aired the episode You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee. Homer, of all people, is recruited to be a referee at the World Cup. During the story, we see FIFA officials portrayed as corrupt, openly taking bribes to influence the outcome of games. At the time, fans laughed it off as just another satire of sports. But only a year later, in 2015, reality came crashing down. FIFA officials were arrested and indicted on charges of fraud, bribery, and corruption. The scandal rocked the sports world, proving that The Simpsons gag was more like a warning. To top it off, the episode also predicted the outcome of a World Cup match, Germany defeating Brazil. Sure enough, in 2014, Germany crushed Brazil in a legendary 7-1 game. What began as a goofy storyline became one of the eeriest examples of The Simpsons writing the script for the future. The Siegfried and Roy Tiger Attack, 1993 episode, 2003 reality. In a 1993 episode, Mr. Burns opens a casino, complete with a flashy magic show parodying the famous entertainers Siegfried and Roy. The show features a pair of magicians performing with a white tiger until the tiger suddenly snaps and attacks. Audiences laughed at the absurdity. After all, these were world-class performers and their animals were supposed to be perfectly trained. Fast forward a decade. In 2003, tragedy struck in real life. Roy Horn of Siegfried and Roy was mauled by his beloved tiger M.O.N.K.E during a live performance in Las Vegas. The attack left him with severe injuries, effectively ending his career. It was a horrifying moment for fans around the world, and a haunting reminder that The Simpsons had somehow foreshadowed the event 10 years earlier. Disney buys Fox, 1998, When You Dish Upon a Star and the 1998 episode. When You Dish Upon a Star, a quick throwaway gag shows the iconic 20th Century Fox logo with a sign underneath reading, "A division of Walt Disney Co." At the time, this was just a cheeky joke. The idea of Disney buying Fox seemed impossible. But in 2017, the impossible happened. Disney officially acquired 21st Century Fox for over $50 billion, one of the biggest media mergers in history. Suddenly, the joke from nearly 2 decades earlier wasn't a joke anymore. It was reality. The most ironic part? Disney's acquisition meant they now owned The Simpsons itself, the very show that predicted the deal in the first place. Talk about a prophecy coming full circle. Greece's financial crisis, 2012 joke, 2015 reality. In 2012, an episode of The Simpsons showed Homer being interviewed on TV. While the main gag played out on screen, sharp-eyed viewers noticed a joke scrolling across the news ticker at the bottom. Europe puts Greece on eBay. At the time, it was just a silly background gag, mocking the Eurozone's financial troubles. But only a few years later, in 2015, Greece suffered a real financial collapse that nearly forced them out of the European Union. The world watched as Greece's economy spiraled, just as The Simpsons had jokingly hinted at. It wasn't just funny. Anymore, it was uncomfortably accurate. Donald Trump as U.S. President, 2000, Bart to the Future. This one is legendary. In the 2000 episode Bart to the Future, Lisa becomes President of the United States. During her presidency, she casually mentions that she's inherited a financial mess from none other than President Trump. At the time, Donald Trump was known mostly as a flashy businessman and TV personality. The idea of him actually becoming president seemed like the most ridiculous joke the writers could come up with. But then, in 2016, Donald Trump won the presidency in real life. Fans were stunned. The Simpsons hadn't just predicted a president. They had picked one of the most unexpected political twists in American history. Even creepier, the show later mirrored Trump's real-life escalator descent during his campaign announcement, almost shot for shot. What started as a joke turned into one of The Simpsons' most jaw-dropping predictions ever. The iPhone autocorrect joke, 1994. Eat up, Martha. If you've ever sent a text that turned embarrassing thanks to autocorrect, you'll appreciate this one. In a 1994 episode, a character tries to send a note saying, "Beat up Martin," but the device hilariously changes it to "Eat up Martha." At the time, it was just a gag about clumsy technology. But years later, when Apple was designing the first iPhone keyboard, the company actually referenced this exact joke internally. The "Eat Up Martha" moment became a cautionary tale about how bad autocorrect could ruin communication. To this day, autocorrect mishaps are still a running joke. But it's wild to realize that The Simpsons not only predicted the problem, but also helped shape how real engineers thought about solving it. Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show, 2012-2017. In the 2012 episode Lisa Goes Gaga, pop icon Lady Gaga visits Springfield. At one point, she's shown performing in a dramatic, over-the-top concert, suspended in the air by wires as fireworks go off around her. 5 years later, in 2017, Lady Gaga performed the Super Bowl halftime show. And what did she do? Descended. From the ceiling, attached to wires, in a performance strikingly similar to the animated version. Whether you chalk it up to coincidence or Gaga taking inspiration, the fact remains. The Simpsons staged her Super Bowl spectacle years before it happened. 10. The Higgs boson, God particle. Equation, 1998. The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace. In the 1998 episode, The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Homer decides he wants to become an inventor. At one point, he's shown scribbling a complicated math equation on a chalkboard. It looks like nonsense at first, until scientists later realized the formula closely resembled the equation used to estimate the mass of the Higgs boson particle, a discovery that wouldn't be confirmed until 2012. That's right, Homer Simpson, of all people, essentially, wrote down a formula connected to one of the biggest scientific discoveries of the 21st century, over a decade before it was proven in real life. Sure, the writers may have pulled it from scientific papers, but the fact that it aired years before the world celebrated the actual Higgs boson makes it one of the most mind-blowing Simpsons predictions ever. Outro, so there you have it. 10 times. The Simpsons predicted the future with eerie accuracy. Some of these moments are funny, some are unsettling, and some are downright terrifying. Is it all coincidence? A case of sharp satire hitting the mark? Or do the writers know something the rest of us don't? Whatever the answer, one thing's certain. The next time you sit down to watch an episode of The Simpsons, pay close attention, because what looks like a joke today might just be tomorrow's headline. Which prediction shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.